What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Strangers Minds. I'm Fernando, and this is Strangers' reaction to Paranormal Call on Tape. If this is the first time you guys are tuning in, I am a paranormal investigator reacting to compilation videos by YouTubers putting together the best of Paranormal Call on Tape. So we're going to continue on. This is the last row, you guys. This we're gonna do from 10 to finish, and we started off at 100. So if you guys are interested to know what the other videos were about, just go back a couple of episodes, find them. I do 10 videos from each. We started off from 100. Top 100 scariest videos of 2023 by SirSpooks, and we're gonna continue on. So let's see what this is gonna present to us. I'm just wondering whether or not if the is it being rated by the scariest, by the least scariest to the scariest? Because if not, then these last 10 should be amazing. So without any further ado, let's go.
A Reddit user named Blonde in the Woods shared this absolutely chilling video to the Paranormal Encounters subreddit. It's easily one of the most eerie videos you'll see in a while. The context of the story provided by the uploader goes as follows, quote, "My husband's best friend used to live in the house in the video. He caught some crazy orb ring camera videos and always felt something was in the house. He ended up getting a divorce and sold the house. A couple of months after the new owners moved in, an old neighbor got a hold of my husband's friend and told him that the new owners wanted to know if he had had any paranormal activity when he lived there. They sent him this video that they had caught in their living room, and he sent them his orb videos. The family was not at home when this video was captured. The family does have children, but again, no one was home. The couple who captured this video are getting a divorce, and the house is back on the market. To me, the child in this video looks and sounds like a little girl saying, 'Help. Thoughts?'" End quote. By watching the video, it definitely seems as though there's a small girl-like voice asking for help. However, because the video is so short and the voice isn't clearly identifiable, it can be hard to tell for sure. You can also see a figure pass by very quickly in the background. If this video does indeed depict a ghostly girl asking for help, we can only hope and pray that she did get some help, however she needed it.
Okay, you guys, let's go back. Honestly, I actually like this video. You do hear the help. I like this video because due to the grittiness actually helps the video, just because with these security cameras, on night vision especially, like they're not at the best frame per second, is not at the best. But regardless, sometimes there are cameras that if you're moving too fast, it gives a bit of a disappearing act. So you'll see a figure or a person walking through, and depending on how fast they're walking, it'll look like they'll vanish. It doesn't happen here. So that just means that something was caught passing by. And due to the fact that it is very, I would argue that you would at least be able to see the person if you could see how foggy, how blurry this entity is. I actually really like this video. It's very interesting. And you do hear the help. We are going to go off by what SirSpooks is saying, that the family was not home. Unfortunately, it's kind of messy, if you're asking me. Wait, was this during the time that they were looking to move out? Because then that would be explained. No, it wouldn't, because if this is the reason why they're moving out, then yeah, it's just a kind of dirty. But this is the first time I actually see this video, and it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. It goes all across, all across. Can this be edited into the video? You know what? It is quite a possibility. It's pretty good. It's pretty good because as soon as it reaches over here, you could even, that would be difficult to do because whatever ran across is behind these poles. So if it was edited in, you would see the disfiguration also within the poles. But it's pretty good, you guys. It's pretty good. Oh, that was interesting. That was a little interesting. Oops. If I do edit the video, I just want to let you guys know that the reason why is because I accidentally pressed backspace and it just took me out completely from the screen. But what I wanted it to see here was the fact that it I thought it was going from room across the hall, but something happens over here and you see it from the staircase. Check it out. Do you see it? Something happens here and it runs across. So I am led. So I think. Oh man, that is a tough one. I don't know what to say. Because it does seem like it was running from room to over here, but you see something and it forms into the spirit. So it actually ran across, not from room to room. That is a good catch, you guys. That is a good catch. I like it. I believe they caught something here, and for it being number 10 going down to 1, I like it. So let's continue on. So, okay.
You can also see a figure pass by very quickly in the background. Hope and pray that she 7, a YouTube channel by the name of Strabambolo, posted this eerie footage online, which showcases one of the most bafflingly bizarre and unsettling UFO cases of all time.
Oh,
have a look.
I'm telling you, top 10. It looks really bad. You guys, there's no way. There's no way.
This footage has been around for some time. It was released in the US by researcher Paola Harris at the 36th Annual International MUFON Symposium in Denver, Colorado in 2005. Paola lives in Italy and was given a 4th-generation copy by an anonymous source who told her the video was recorded in Aviano, Italy, near the infamous Aviano Air Base, center of a UFO controversy. According to Paola Harris, the original videographer remains unknown and the object seems to be terrestrial in origin. more probably some kind of military prototype remote controlled. The feature in which the disc disappears at the end raises questions for the Italian researchers, and Paola thinks the military may be involved. Paola Harris mentioned that this was clearly a flight test, since the videographer was in position, focusing the camera where the disc appears initially. The object is not CGI. The footage was analyzed in Boulder, Colorado, and they concluded this was a physical object, most probably a remote control prototype. The case still remains inconclusive. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
You guys, I'm gonna go with what SirSpooks is saying. He's usually very good with details, and he does his research very good. So if this video was actually, you know, by researchers, and you know, they have proof that this wasn't, you know, CGI'd, how SirSpooks says, you know, and no video editing or whatever, and it is legit. All I'm going to say is, how come this is the first time I see this video? I've never seen that. Never. And you would only assume that something like this would, you know, I understand that the government want to, you know, keep secrets, but, oh man, to just find it on here like that. I mean, granted, you know, I'm not trying to throw shade on SirSpooks, because he's, you know, I am a fan. He has great content. But to just see it like this on YouTube, you know, just for it to be real, whether or not it is a remote control spacecraft drone per se, the way it left towards the end, is what's really, you know, getting to me. Because at first I was like, you know, they edited this in. This is all fake. It can't be. It can't be. But if SirSpooks did his research, which I know he does, that was very compelling. Very, very compelling. All right. Damn. 10 and 9. We're good. So I gotta see what happens in 8.
This final video was posted to TikTok by a man who goes by the username FoulMiddenOutdoors, and seems to showcase something rather unsettling, to say the very least. We featured a video of his in the past that depicted a strange creature in the woods outside his house. Throughout the duration of the video, the man is walking around his property outside, trying to get a good shot of the place. It's clear that something bad and sinister has been going on here for quite some time, and the uploader wants to prove it to his followers. Just when it seems like all is well, the uploader pans to this next side of his house, and that's when it can be seen. Take a look.
Well, she just woke me up again and said she heard it on the roof, and this time so did I, so you can get out there and have a look. Okay. Oh, damn. Holy shit. All right. Son of a bitch is one on the other side of the house. Oh. Oh. What the hell? Where'd it go? What is that? What the son of a... What's going on here? Oh my god.
A bizarre creature can be seen on the rooftop. It's hard to tell what the creature actually looks like because of the darkness, but something is certainly there. Later, a carcass can be seen on the roof, which was likely an animal killed by whatever the unknown creature terrorizing this man is. To this day, nobody is exactly sure what this TikTok user was able to film on the roof of his house that day, but it's safe to say that if this video is authentic, then he should definitely look into moving as soon as possible. The following piece of footage...
I'm sorry. SirSpooks is always letting people know, just move out. You guys, I don't know what to say about that. That was, if everything is authentic, if this is real footage, even, let's just say, it was orchestrated. It is pretty freaking coincidental that all of a sudden a helicopter is just right close by over their house, basically. Like, everything just coincided perfectly. But yeah, let's, obviously all of this stuff could have been orchestrated, obviously. We couldn't really get a good glimpse at what it was, only that it looked like the eyeballs were like some squid-like features, maybe not a squid. What's the word? What's the creature? Oh my God, with the big pointing eyes. I'm gonna chop this up so bad. Snail. Like a snail kind of eyes, pointing it out. Geez. The carcass, obviously, let's just say it's real. That carcass looked like a carcass that was, has been there for years. Because it was every meat, if it's a real carcass, every meat was off that bone. So, it's a crazy thought that to actually think that something like this is real and is actually out there, because that's crazy. That's crazy.
It was posted to Reddit by a user who says the recording commenced in Hungary, Sobanka, on June 29th, 2020. As of the recording of this video, the post has over 13,000 likes, which is mind-blowing in itself. The video is sure to leave you breathless. The footage in question shows the gorgeous nature of Hungary, but by looking in the sky, you should be able to make out something rather bizarre, which seems totally out of place with the rest of the scenery, that will make you scratch your head. Have a look. If you look at the footage when it is slowed down, you should be able to make out what appears to be some sort of strange, cylindrical shaped UFO. Usually, UFOs are shaped like discs, but this one is drastically different.
Like a pill.
The following submission statement explains a few important key points. Quote, "The object is seen going behind clouds, low visibility. The object simmers a metallic surface, seamless, no signs of propulsion. The object is seen making multiple sharp turns at very high speed, instant acceleration or anti-gravity technology. The original uploader stated it made no sonic boom when it should be at the speed it is going. The object is roughly calculated to be going around 1,800 kilometers an hour." End quote. It's no wonder so many people are baffled by this piece of footage. One commenter said, quote, "This video is excellent. The object is large enough that the camera can track it into the clouds, and it has an interesting flight path. The sunlight reflecting on the object appears natural. Plus, the dull grey metallic color is consistent with other descriptions of UAP. Compelling." End quote. Of course, it is entirely possible that this is not a UFO, and this is someone's clever editing tricks at play here. But it is also entirely possible that this videographer was able to record authentic proof of aliens existing. Either way, it's a fascinating piece of footage. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below.
What do I think?
This TikTok user posted a video to their...
For some reason, there is something going on with my computer today, but yeah, you guys, damn, the final 10 is really it's really making me work. Like, geez, it did cross my mind whether or not it was edited in, but the way it comes in and goes out, it looked very, very real, like not a CGI per se kind of thing. The CGI kind of looks like if it was edited in, when you could actually see the pill cylinder like objects flying. But the way it comes in and out is where it makes me question whether or not this is orchestrated or fake CGI. I couldn't agree more. The way the guy Don on Reddit described everything, he's pretty much on point with everything what I was thinking about. And yeah, we're going into number 6, you guys. This is so far has been pretty interesting. The final 10. I can't wait to see what's up with this one. Let's go.
Account on February 23rd, 2023, and shows them wandering around their haunted farm in the middle of the night. Just 10 seconds into the video, something freaky happens that is sure to send a shiver down your spine. Pay close attention to the windows here and see if you notice anything.
There's a light on in there now. Holy shit. Oh my god, what the... Oh my god.
Did you see it? Out of nowhere, a strange shadow-like figure can be seen moving around in the window before ultimately disappearing. Definitely quite a creepy sight. Then, a little over a minute later, the uploader continues to film the outside of this building, and she once again manages to capture something quite freaky on camera. Let's have a look.
Holy shit, did you see that?
Another strange shadow figure can be seen moving around inside. Is this the shadow figure's way of warning this TikTok user not to enter, or else she will pay the price? Who knows? It's just a good thing the uploader didn't actually go near the shadow figure to find out.
Okay.
This TikTok video...
I like the second part better. It was more consistent with what with my experience of what a shadow figure would look like. But you know, due to the fact that that was the second, the first clip, however, you know, who's not to say that was an actual person? The second clip, it was more persistent with what a shadow figure actually looks like and does. There's actually almost a transparent, I guess you could say it. Looks more smoky. There you go. Yeah, it looks more like smoky, more foggy of an entity there. So I like the second crossing of the window. The first one, you know, not so, you know, I was about to call cap on that right away, but the second one looks very interesting. I didn't really catch what was the story behind it. Is that their house? Is that their cousins, you know, neighbors? I believe they said it was a neighbor. why would they automatically assume it's something to do with the paranormal? What if it was a breaking and entry kind of crime or something like this? But it is what it is. I like how the second figure kind of moved across the room. It was pretty interesting, to say the least.
Video posted by Paranormal Vibes shows some people wandering around this allegedly abandoned house and exploring the area around it for a video to upload online. All seems to be going well when, at one point in the video, the group decides to have a look underneath the house. They are doing the most thorough investigation of the outdoors as they can, when all of a sudden, this happens.
So that's a 1958 Coke bottle, right? What is that? Oh, that's weird. Here. That is strange. You heard that, right, Dan?
Yes, I did. Not funny at all.
No, not cool. Not cool. I told you this place felt creepy. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. So I hope you guys have...
Out of nowhere, extremely loud footsteps can be heard coming from above in the abandoned house, causing the men to panic and scurry their way out from underneath the house as fast as possible. They even proceed to have a look inside the house to see if they can pinpoint where the noise of footsteps was coming from, but they fail to do so, ultimately leaving with no answers. Let's just hope that if these guys come back for another investigation, that they are just as lucky as they were this time.
Okay, so my question is going to be, why were they there? Were they investigating the house, or they just came across the house and started, thinking about, I don't know, possibly purchasing it, home improvement, getting under the house, or like what was their purpose there? I'm going to go with, depending on the circumstances, obviously this could have been orchestrated. The reason why I say that is because the guy was basically walking backwards while recording forward. Instead of moving around like this, he was kind of walking backward, which would give anybody any time to just walk behind. But, this is something it happens quite often in abandoned places. You do hear footsteps. And when you think you are alone, then actually there's just somebody else there. So, I always stress this: safety first. Good thing this guy wasn't by himself. He was with somebody else. So, the safety we're good with the safety. But it's also good to have somebody else so they could experience the same thing you're experiencing, just like how we saw here. Both of them experience the same thing. They could coincide, their experience and find out, what's going on between the two. Right now, let's say if this is authentic, which I am, believing that it is, I'm just glad to see that they are two who could confirm their experience, and the fact that they have it on camera, it's even better. The footsteps, that's, in abandoned places, again, footsteps are very common. And due to the size of the house, I don't think there was anybody there. I really like this footage. Damn, so far, all of these videos from 10 coming down has been on par. Yeah, for sure. Let's continue.
This video was published to Reddit by a user known as PantyDinner2003 and follows a few friends who were outside in the middle of a warm and sunny day
Skinwalker.
when something strange appears in the distance. Take a look.
Respond while we're watching them.
All right.
How do you track them?
There's two more black dots. Cody. Oh, what the crap? Is that a guy? What the frick?
What the
What was that?
He's walking creepy.
Dude, that was a skinwalker. What?
Follow him.
I
Follow him.
videoed it.
Respond while we're watching them.
Alright.
How do you
Look,
track them?
there's 2 more black dots. Cody. Oh, what the crap? Is that a guy? What the frick?
What the
What was that?
He's walking creepy.
Dude, that was a skinwalker. What?
Follow him.
I
Follow him.
videoed it.
The two notice this almost immediately and are absolutely blown away by the discovery. While most people would probably be more than a little freaked out upon seeing this, the friends instead seem to be quite thrilled by the discovery. One of the men even says that he believes it to be a skinwalker. Just by looking at the comment section of the video, a lot of people seem to agree that the likelihood of this being true is quite high. But what do you think about this highly mysterious and creepy video? Do you think that these two men actually managed to record genuine evidence of the existence of skinwalkers? Or was this something else entirely? I'll let you decide.
Well, my thing is, I thought I was a little confused because I thought they were surprised seeing all of the black dogs on the field. But, you know, dogs that are the questionable dogs that ran away into the tree line, you know, they were beige color. It did seem, however, like as soon as you see the person coming up and out, it could be due to the pixelation because the camera is not good at all. It almost looks like you see like a tail getting sucked in.
The mysterious and creepy video. Do you think that these two men actually managed to record genuine evidence of the existence of skinwalkers?
Then again, you know, it seems like these are teenagers who could have just been, you know, messing around. Why are they recording? That's a question that pops into my head. That person could have been, I don't know, a person that knows, you know, the route to get back home, possibly somebody that owns that property. You know, there's so many things there to jump into. You know, it is a little bit of a red flag that they right away jump into a skinwalker, you know, accusation. So it just makes me believe that, you know, they're familiar with skinwalkers, and not just familiar because they came across, you know, a TV show, but familiar as though like they are looking into it. So, you know, that's a bit of a red flag just because, you know, for some people, if you pay too much attention to certain things, anything could happen and that would be your go-to, right? Like, you know, let's say me believing in ghosts, if I go into a house and a cup falls over or off the table, you know, it was a ghost, not because it was halfway off the table. But yeah. I don't really, as far as believing that this is actual evidence of a skinwalker, I don't know. I wouldn't say so, and not because I don't believe in skinwalkers. I do believe in that there are entities out there that could transform. I'm just not sure if this is it.
Or was this something else entirely? I'll let you decide. In this video uploaded by the Paranormies, the group goes out to investigate this incredibly creepy house, which turned out to be one of their creepiest investigations to date. But first, a little backstory on the house. In November 1986, Winnipeg was hit by a severe snowstorm, and a man and a woman were trapped inside their home. The young woman became ill with an undiagnosed condition and worsened during the storm. Despite the man's efforts to give her medication, she eventually died in bed a few days later. During the time she was bedridden, the man kept hearing her voice as well as footsteps coming from different areas of the house. That obviously freaked the man out because the woman was bedridden and didn't move out of bed. And now back to the investigation. During the first several minutes of this investigation, nothing really interesting takes place, but around the 27-minute point, everything abruptly changes when this takes place.
Can you hear that? Paranormal! We are hearing...
It sounds like footsteps.
Sounds like footsteps, and right at that moment, it says paranormal. That's fucking footsteps. Right. That light's on.
That door's shut.
You didn't shut this door?
I didn't shut that door. That's what that noise was too. Was that on? Why does it look like somebody's sitting in your bed? Somebody was sitting in the bed.
Somebody was. This bed was completely made. No wrinkles in the bed or anything.
Somebody's sitting in this bed too. These beds were flat.
The sound of ghostly footsteps can be heard coming from someplace in the area, and it appears that something is being tossed. After only 2 minutes, they see that the door to the room is now locked and that there are marks in the beds. After a certain amount of time has passed, the subsequent event frightens them.
Mama.
Like a fever? No, that's way too high. No one could possibly have a fever that high. Hello? Oh.
It said you're dead.
What are you doing?
It said this is a fine line. It said go with it.
Oh, it feels like something's tugging on my shirt. He's up there. Who's up there? Yep. Let's go. I have my camera on it and the door fucking open.
This door can be seen closing on its own at random, and one can also hear scratching coming from the direction of the door. After little more than a minute, the door is unlocked and opened once more. A little over 10 minutes have passed, and the crew is still doing their investigation while moving as quickly and effectively as they can throughout the location. As this takes place, however, they will soon face more frightening situations.
Oh God. I don't like that.
You see anything?
Oh my God. Did you hear that?
I just heard that. There was another noise.
It came from underneath us where we're standing right now. Right from where underneath us.
The basement is producing knocking sounds, and the Ouija board can be observed to be moving about in there. Then, while they're climbing the stairs, the Ouija board starts to move on its own. While this is taking place, the sounds of footsteps and knocking can be heard coming from the kitchen. Only 2 minutes will pass until the following event takes place.
Wait, what is that? That came from the basement. I'm going downstairs.
When he goes down to the basement, there's a sound of something being tossed down the steps into the basement before there is another sound. After that, the ovulus says, "I will flash the lights." At around the 1 hour and 17-minute mark, it turns the light on and off multiple times.
Okay, no way.
Do you have faith that this house is inhabited by ghosts? If this is the case, then the paranormal should be careful if they ever wish to make a return to this terrifying location.
Oh man, honestly, I enjoyed watching that for sure. I enjoyed watching that. I'd argue that we are all victims as paranormal investigators. We all do this. When something happens, we get so excited, but the best thing to do during activity is try and keep calm and try and take advantage of the situation. And yes, I'm talking about when the guy got excited and he just started talking really loud while things are happening. That's why his partner had to be like, shh. All right. We've all been victims, and I think it's primarily because we could spend hours at a location and nothing happens, and then all of a sudden something happens. We want to make sure whoever's with us is experiencing the same thing. But yeah, I really enjoyed that video. As far as I'm concerned, there are locations with very extreme paranormal activity. I've always said that Hollywood kind of poisoned the minds of people that think a certain way about the paranormal activity, especially ghost movies. Let's just use an example, The Conjuring, how it's the craziness going on. Not saying that The Conjuring is fake, because it is a real case for the Warrens, and they did go through their things, but unfortunately, Hollywood had to put more of a spin to it, dramatize it, making it into a movie. So, a lot of people have that thought in their heads when they do, when they go into paranormal investigations, even though that this was a lot going on, the movement, the banging, the footsteps, things falling, the light switching, that's like really extreme. But then again, at the same time, this is what we're here for, right? That is why we do this thing. The only red flag that I got is due to safety, right? If somebody's under the Estes session, which is you are blindfolded and you have noise canceling headphones listening to a spirit box. If you're under Estes, don't leave the person under Estes by themselves. You don't know what could happen, and you should always look after. And honestly, it works best when you are asking questions. So, you'll get more responses that you'll see whether or not these responses are genuine, or if you're just listening to radio chatter. But if you're asking questions while the other person is under, then and you get direct responses, that is more compelling than just the person just there just saying words. But for sure, that was very entertaining. I like that video a lot. And yeah, too bad. I don't think due to it being an actual house, and it was most likely a residential case that they had. It's the reason why they didn't give the location. But I would definitely love to know where that is and potentially investigate it myself.
Hunting the Unknown uploaded video to YouTube a little over a week ago of him exploring a random Nautica location, which ended up being 10 times creepier than he could have ever anticipated. Just about 10 minutes into the video, while wandering around outside, something eerie can be heard in the distance that caused the uploader to look genuinely shocked. Take a listen.
What?
Well, I just want to scream.
A little bit later, something very similar happens as we follow our uploader as he makes his way around the area in the dead of night, when something bone-chilling is heard that freaks him right out.
It's a spooky place. I'm pretty sure I was in the car and knock on the door. What the f? I'm pretty sure I was in the car and knock on the door. What the f? So it's time to drain my light, I'm not sure. Not sure.
But the really big scare comes last when the uploader is shining his flashlight around when he suddenly picks up this.
What is that? What the f is that? What the f?
Ooh, and it moves. And it moves. Yes.
A strange black-eyed child can be seen staring right at the uploader, which causes him to run away for dear life. According to Snopes.com, black-eyed children are mysterious creatures that resemble kids between the ages of 6 to 16. They only appear at night and usually show up at people's houses. But there have also been many stories of black-eyed children being spotted in haunted forests. One thing's for sure, we shouldn't expect to see this YouTuber venture back to this particular spot ever again. And really, it's hard to blame him.
Highly doubt it. I like that one a lot. Damn, SirSpooks is going all out for this one. Hell yeah. That was a good one. You know what? I've been always thinking about putting together a paranormal compilation video of paranormal investigations only. Only paranormal investigation videos. And exploring the paranormal also. Because those are what I always say, those are the most entertaining, and not just due to the content matter. But you know, obviously depending on who it is and depending on how they're conducting themselves, you know, all of this stuff is what I do, is what we do within the paranormal field. And they are, you know, we could very well be in a situation like that. And, you know, and if I was to upload videos, me knowing what's going on and what has happened, you know, I would like for people to respect the content just the same as I would respect theirs. I at first it looked like it could have been like a garbage bag on the tree, because you know people do litter, but it moves, and that was amazing. But again, and I'm always gonna say this because a lot of this content, mostly they're solos. People are going into these location by themselves, and not that I am scared of doing it. I just, you know, safety first, you guys. And aside from safety, which is number one, but I'm sure that if he was there with another one person, like two people, duos, he probably would have withstand the scare and not run off. If you're by yourself, you don't know what could happen, and anything is gonna. His nerves are most likely already at the peak, and everything else, you know, he's just going to. That's just going to level him out. So that's exactly what happened. But if you would have been with somebody else, I'm sure they would have even probably ran towards it or something. I mean, that's what I would have done. But definitely. The whole scene, being there by himself, you know, it's great content, but safety first. I hope he did go back, because that was great. I actually really enjoyed that video. It had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. All right, the last one, you guys.
Chris from the YouTube channel Urbex Hill is
I've seen this
widely
guy
known for making
plenty
videos
of
of him
times.
exploring a ton of abandoned locations alone at night, and this next video is no exception. In it, Chris is exploring an extremely creepy abandoned street in the middle of the night. Just by watching only a few seconds of the video, it feels like something you'd see straight out of a horror movie.
I've seen this already, so I'm just going to... This actually was probably in one of the videos of Mind Junkie that I did before I started the top 100. I did a Mind Junkie one, and this video was in it. And it's going to explain to you as to why you shouldn't, first of all, you shouldn't go to abandoned locations by yourself. It also explains why when you go into abandoned locations, you should announce yourself for many reasons. One being just letting whoever is inside know that you are there. You know, aside from that, you know, just respecting each other as paranormal enthusiasts. If I'm already in the building and somebody is walking in, you know, that you guys not knowing that you guys are there, you're just gonna scare the shit out of each other. And you know, it's for safety. There's no reason why you need to sneak into an abandoned place unless you are trying to sneak in, which is, you know, it's already abandoned. There's no need for that. So just go in, announce yourself, you know, take every precaution. Do not go in by yourself. And that would be my advice to everybody. Let's go, because this guy gets the scare of his life.
And the things that Chris encounters along the way certainly add to that. At around the 12-minute mark, Chris enters a disheveled and run-down church and hears something quite odd.
That's two separate locations. The first location was a house, and apparently there was somebody living in there. And this is a church, which I also saw this clip. This one is pretty good. Again, he did it by himself. Hey, bro, if you need a partner, bro, hit me up. I would definitely love to go to certain places with you. That's for sure.
Something. I think that's an animal.
Could be.
Chris thinks that it's just an animal, but is it? After all, we live in quite a strange world, so anything is possible. Just a little bit later in the exploration, something rather creepy happens on the static cam. Have a look.
That's weird. What's upstairs? Oh shit.
Around the 30-minute mark of the video is where things start to get truly frightening, however. Take a look at what happens here while Chris is exploring this basement area of an abandoned house.
Still creepy. sorry. I didn't know nobody lived there. Oh my God. Shit.
Before Chris is able to make a daring escape back to safety, however, he is in for one last scare.
These are two different locations. SirSpooks is making it seem like it's is the same location. This is two different days, two different locations. But yeah, the first one, he came across somebody. He basically walked into somebody's. Regardless of how run down it is, we can't assume that that it's abandoned just because of how it looks and there's a door open. You could just walk right in. I really don't do abandoned houses just for that, due to squatters, druggies, all of bad people. Not saying that every druggie is bad people, but they very easily, they are most likely not in the right state of mind anyway, so the safety is a huge concern into a abandoned house. A lot of my abandoned locations are psychiatric centers, which is probably coolest. But this is a church. This is another location. Very, very well placed. The camera where he put it was very well set up. He got the whole entire side of the church, which is why he caught that amazing footage right here. You definitely see the shadow figure walking down, and then just coinciding that the door closes right next to it. Amazing.
Although Chris is popular on the internet for exploring tons of various different abandoned buildings, it's safe to assume that he won't want to be going in this area again anytime soon.
All right, you guys, this was awesome. This was amazing. SirSpooks, thank you so much for your time doing all of this stuff. It is all the names of everybody that was part of the video, as you can see, and I'm gonna pause it right here and just do the ending. If you guys enjoyed this, do what you do when you like a channel. Please support. Hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And I can't wait to start off our next video. I finally finished. This actually took me, about 10 episodes. It is 10 episodes from 100 down. So if you guys want to catch 100 going down and just follow, go ahead. Just make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that. And I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.